Okay, so if you've ever been on a software team, you know it can get a little chaotic. Today, we're going to break down how Azure DevOps uses two powerful ideas, branching and merging, to keep everything running smoothly, safely, and, collaboratively.
So that really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? How do you get a whole team of developers working on the same app at the same time without everything just falling apart? Well, it's not magic, I promise you. It's a really smart, structured workflow. Here's what we're going to cover. We'll start with the problem itself. Then we'll dig into the two big ideas that solve it, branching and merging. We'll walk through a real-world example to see how it all works, and then we'll wrap up with why this is basically the secret sauce for any Agile team out there. All right, so let's get to the heart of it. What is the actual problem we're trying to solve? Imagine your application's code is this one single master document. Now, what happens when you have 50 different people trying to edit that one document all at once? Yeah, it'd be complete chaos, right? The number one absolute golden rule is to protect that main copy and keep it stable no matter what.
And that right there brings us to the first part of our solution, branching. Just think of it as creating a totally safe, isolated little sandbox for developers to play in without messing up the main code.
Let me put it this way. Branching is like making a perfect photocopy of that master code. You can take your copy and you can scribble on it, you can edit it, you can experiment all you want, and all the while, that original master document, it stays perfectly clean and untouched. That's how developers can work on brand new features in their own little world.
And this isn't some free-for-all, by the way. It's a really organized system. As you can see here, everything starts from the main branch. That's your single source of truth. For your everyday work, developers create feature branches. When it's almost time to launch, you'll use a release branch. And for those middle-of-the-night emergencies, well, that's what hot fix branches are for, letting you fix critical bugs without stopping everything else.
Okay, so you've created your masterpiece on your little photocopy. Fantastic, but it can't just stay there forever, right? You need a safe way to bring all those brilliant changes back into the master document. And that process, that's called merging.
Merging is, well, exactly what it sounds like. It's the process of taking all the changes from one branch, say your finished feature branch, and carefully combining them back into another, which is almost always going to be that main branch. This is the big moment where your new code officially becomes part of the application. But hold on, you can't just merge code whenever you feel like it. No way. Azure DevOps acts like a really smart, tough gatekeeper here. The process starts when you create a pull request, which is basically just a formal way of saying, hey team, my code is ready, can you take a look? This one action triggers two super important checks. First, a human code review from your teammates, and second, a whole bunch of automated tests to sniff out any hidden bugs. The gate only opens to the main branch when both of those checks pass. It's all about protection.
Okay, theory is great, but let's make this real. How does this whole branching and merging thing actually fit into, say, a typical 2-week Agile sprint?
Let's walk through it. Say a developer needs to build a new login page. Okay, step 1, they create a new feature branch. Step 2, they do all their coding, all their testing, safely inside that branch. Step 3, once they're happy with it, they open up a pull request. And finally, step 4, after the team reviews the code and all the automated tests come back green, it gets merged into main. And just like that, the new login page is officially part of the app. Simple as that. Now, the cool thing is, teams don't have to make this stuff up from scratch. There are several well-known strategies they can just pick up and use. You've got the simple feature branch model we've been talking about. Then there's something called Git flow, which is a bit more structured. And you also see trunk-based development, which is all about using really short-lived branches. The whole point is to pick a strategy that really works for your team.
So why does pretty much every modern Agile team on the planet work this way? Well, because the payoff is absolutely huge. Let's break down some of the biggest benefits.
This is really where it all clicks into place. With this kind of model, lots of developers can all work in parallel without stepping on each other's toes. That whole pull request process, that's a built-in quality check. Merging code all the time means you find problems early, not, the night before a big deadline. You can handle those super urgent production fixes without having to stop all the new work. This isn't just a process, it's the engine that powers modern, scalable software development. This quote just nails it. Branching and merging isn't just a technical process. It's the foundation of collaborative, high-quality, agile development. It's so true. It's about building a system that lets you have speed, safety, and quality all at the same time. And that's our look at branching and merging in Azure DevOps. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. What about your team's workflow? Where could adopting a clear branching strategy make your work faster, or safer, or maybe just a little less stressful? Thanks for tuning in.